Clamp School Detectives. Out of all the works from Clamp's oeuvre, this one is barely talked about, let alone not always brought up a lot, in stark comparison to Clamp's other masterpiece, which is Cardcaptor Sakura. I could kind of see why Clamp School Detectives isn't always brought up or is considered rather underrated to a lot of people who had the pleasure of viewing this particular old school anime, such as myself when I first tuned into it back in 2004 as a 12-year-old in the sixth grade. This anime deals with three young detective boys attending a really elite school, and you basically have them solve mysteries. I remember that the head of this trio of young male detectives who are in their tweens is Nokoru, and the other one was Akira. And I remember that there was another young detective boy who is mostly renowned for his passion for home economics and housekeeping and just a lot of the domestic stuff. And you have the overall banter and chemistry of these young detective boys with Nokoru as the sort of sharp minded analytical leader, Akira being the tough boy, and this other young boy who is essentially the happy go lucky person. And there are also two young girls who are not only friends with them, but also have somewhat of a crush on them. I remember one of them being named Nagisa. So I could see why Clamp School Detectives wasn't really as renowned. I think it also has to do with it being released almost in a similar time frame as Detective Conan. So the whole detective boy formula had been done before, but this time it's with a trio of three boys solving mysteries, whether it's a robbery or a kidnapping or just trying to stomp crime with their teamwork. This was definitely a fun ride that I've had with this anime ever since I was a young tween myself. It's something that I would love for it to be rediscovered, and I just hope one day that people who've watched this would also have their own experiences about it.